Welcome back to the ZT Audio channel. Today again focusing on the Roland Fantom and its capabilities. It's new and people are interested in new things, so why the heck not? I've had a lot of questions about, well, can you do this with the sequencer? Can you do that with the sequencer? Can you record this into the sequencer? Does it work this way? A lot of stuff along those lines. And so I'm going to take kind of a crawl, walk, and maybe run approach to this and do perhaps a sequence of videos. I'm not sure if these will all be published in order, one right after the other, but I will do at least a couple of videos along these lines and build one upon the other so that you can get some idea of the depth and power of what you can do on the Fantom. Everything I'm going to do on the Fantom, honestly, there are a lot of different machines that you can do this or something like it with the sequencer in it. What is really the big deal about the Fantom is how easily you can pull this stuff off. And that's kind of the point. I do have a scene that I sort of preset for this. And if I hit the scene button, you'll notice something right off the bat, and that is that my volume faders will change. And that's because I want to start this scene off in a particular state with a particular sound. If I go into my zone view, you'll notice that on this third channel here, I've got this hybrid choir sound. And if I use the modulation wheel over here, it adds that kind of tremolo effect. That hybrid choir VS, by the way, is in EXZ005. That's one of the new downloadable packs that you can get from the Roland Axial site as of, what is it today, November 2019. They just recently came out with operating system 1.10. You need to do that first, and then you can download all of these additional sound packs, which is kind of a great feature that Roland is making available through the Roland Axial website. So I've got that hybrid choir. I've also got this analog atmosphere sound that's becoming one of my favorites, and it sounds like this. And if you hold that sound down or use the hold pedal, this kind of thing will fade in, and that's why it's called atmosphere. It has that kind of atmosphere to it. Also, if you do use the modulation wheel, and I'll turn that up over here and kind of try to make it obvious, it opens up the filter and it also adds vibrato. Turn that down, turn up the next one, and that is, let's just take those out, just our good old stage grand. And that there's nothing special about that when you move the modulation wheel, okay? Nothing special is going on with that. So those are our three sounds. I'm going to hit the scene button again so that we're back where we want to go. And I'm going to go ahead and put my faders in a position that's approximately where I want those faders to be as well to begin this piece of music. And I'm just going to play some chords and make some changes both with mixing this and the modulation wheel, and we'll play back that sequence and we'll see what a good job that the Roland does, the Roland Fantom does, of recording that kind of thing into the sequencer. So I'm going to go over here, I'm going to hit my little red sequencer button to turn it on. I'm going to turn my length up to 32. Unfortunately, right now, the longest length of a pattern that you can have in the Fantom is 32 bars, 32 measures. They really ought to increase that to something like 128 or 256. Hint, hint, hint. I'm going to turn my click off because I really don't need a click to do this, and I'm going to turn my tempo. Let's get it down to 60. That's probably better than where I had it at 80. I'm on wait note, which means that the minute I begin playing, the very first note I hit, it'll start recording, and you'll see the recording timer counting off here. It shows that I'm in standby mode. The minute I hit the keyboard, it'll say we're recording, and you'll show, where I am in terms of bars and measures and stuff like that, even though we're not really recording in bars and measures, just so that you know something's going on. So, add the tremolo. Let's bring in the next sound. filter. Now my piano's going to come in. Okay, so we've stopped the recording now, and we're going to go ahead and write the scene so that we make sure that we've got our recording saved. I'm going to put these faders back about where they ought to be to start the piece of music, and watch what happens as we just play it back. You'll hear the vibrato, the tremolo come in, because I'm using the modulation wheel. Again. Now watch the faders. Using the modulation wheel. Didn't do it that time, I'll do it this time. Fading in the piano now. Okay, so we've kind of demonstrated that, yeah, you can do a lot on the panel, just even with the basic controls, to bring out a really evocative performance and fade things in and out as you please, and it will all be recorded by the sequencer in the Fantom. That is the most basic level at which I'm going to show this, and that's where I'm going to stop the video today. The next time we explore this subject, we're going to dig in a little deeper, and I'm going to show you how we can use these faders and the wheels and the knobs and everything to do some more interesting things even than that. Sorry, it was on loop. Maybe that's a good place to stop, and that's the show for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.